Okay, here we go. Our objective for today, I can represent data on box plots and summarize two sets of data. Let's read together. 1, 2, 3. I can represent data on box plots and summarize two sets of data. So today we're going to be continuing what we've been doing so far throughout the entire, 5 days that we've been working on statistics. And today we're going to represent our data instead of on dot plots, now they're box plots. Now for those of you that last year you covered some of this, they were named box and whiskers. Remember that one? Yeah. This is what we're going to look at today, but instead of just looking at one, we're going to be looking at a couple of them together so that we can compare data with those. Okay? Like two, we're going to be comparing two sets of data together. All right, here we go. So with that said, what are box plots? Box plots show how the values in a data set and how they are distributed using the minimum, the first quartile, the median, which is Q2, the third quartile, and the maximum. So it shows how the values in a data set is distributed, and they use 5 different types of information: the minimum, the Q1, Q2, Q3, and the maximum. Example. Copy that. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Go. Okay, for those of you that are already done, let me show you the none example. And I'll give you a bit more time for that to copy, and then I'll go over the example with a definition. Copy that. Never mind. All right, here we go. So look up to the screen really quick. Pens down, hands down. You'll finish copying in a little bit. Okay, so it says, according to the definition, a box plot uses, or it shows value distributed using the minimum, maximum, and all the quartiles. So check this out. First I'm going to label the quartiles. Quartile 1 is the one here at the beginning of this box, and it's Q1. The median is known as Q2. And the last part of the box, which is quartile 3, it's Q3. From there we need a minimum score, which is the smallest score of the entire data set, and a maximum score of the entire set. So far, how many pieces of information did we need to create our box and whisker or box plot? 5. But we also need one important piece, which is the number line. One number line and those 5 pieces of information. Everybody got it? So tell your neighbor why, look at this none example, why this is not a box plot. Okay, I heard because it's a dot plot. That is correct. This is a dot plot. This one does not have a box. That's why this one's called a box plot. This one is not a box plot. All right, so the most important thing to remember from the box plot is that it needs one number line, it needs the quartiles as a box, and it has a minimum and maximum. Write that down, please. Okay, thank you. Copy that, please. Steps. Copy these next steps, please. It's only 7. Step 1, organize data from least to greatest. Do we know how to do that? Yes. Step 2, identify the median, which is Q2. Do we know how to do that? Yes. Identify the upper and lower quartile, which is Q1 and Q3. We already know how to do that also. Identify the minimum and maximum. That's once we organize our data, we will see it. From there we get all 5 pieces of information and we plot that on a number line. And then we make a box and whisker. And then from there we summarize by analyzing and comparing data. Copy that, please. So the process is fairly simple. We're going to go over a couple of them just to make sure we got this. So let me move forward. Let me see. So example number 1A. Don't copy that. Just pay attention. You'll copy the next one that I show you. I'm going to go over this one by myself, step by step. So example 1A says, the number of runs scored by a softball team, I know it's on your screen, by a softball team is 20 games, in 20 games are given. Use the data to make a box plot. Therefore, everyone. What is my first step once we give a set of data? From least to greatest. So therefore, I'm going to start with the least, which is 2. So I'm going to write it here, 2. From there, we have 3. How many 3s? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3, 3, 3. How many 4s? 1, 2, 3 4s. 1, 2, 3. And then 5, only 1. From there, we got 7. 1, 2. From there we got 8. How many of them? 1, 2. There it is. 9. How many of them? 1, 2. 9, 9. 9. So then we got 10, 10, 10. Then we got 11, only 1. From there we got 12, 2, 12, 12, and then the last one is 14. All right. Now that I did that, step 2, I'm going to identify the median. So check this out. How many numbers do they give us? 20, which means half of that is 10. Is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my median should be here, but there is none. So what do I need to do? I take the 2 closest to the median, 7 and 8. I divide by 2. So 7 plus 8, that's 15. Divided by 2, it's 7.5, and that's my Q2. Are we there so far? So that divided my data into 2 sections, the lower and the upper. I'm going to focus right now on the lower. I have 10 numbers here. Are we there? I'm going to find the median again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The median should be about right here. There is none. That means 4 plus 4 is 8 divided by 2. That is 4, and that's my Q1. So far so good? From there, I'm going to the upper set of data. Also, we have 10 numbers, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The median should be right here. There is none, so I add these 2. 20 divided by 2, that is 10, and that is my Q3. So far so good? Yes. And then I just need to, yes? Because I like to keep my processes in order. I know some of you are saying, Mr. Q, isn't it redundant that you add 10 and 10 and then you divide by 2? Yes. But guess what? I practice so that my brain gets used to doing that process. Because some of you that skip those steps, guess what happens on the parties? You skip the step yourself. And then, well, yeah, you make mistakes. So here we go. What's our minimum score? 2. What's our maximum? 14. So now that I have that, I'm going to create a number line. Look up, please, please. Here goes. I have my number line. I know that I have scores all the way to 14, so I'm going to space this out in 2s, and I'm going to start at the middle. I'm going about right here, and I'm going to label this 10. So then I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So now that I have my number line, now I'm going to plot my 5 data points. So my first one I'm going to plot is my Q2, which is 7.5. It's about right there. Are we there so far? My Q1 is 4, which is about right there. And my Q3 is 10, which is about right there. Are we there so far? Once I have those 3, I create my box. I put a line through each of these points like this, and that becomes my box. Are we there so far? So now all I need is my minimum, which is 2, and I connect that to the box, and my maximum, which is 14, and I connect it to the box.
Oh, I think this is fun.
It is fun. So therefore, this is what we call our box plot or box and whiskers. Now, they call it box and whiskers, look up, because we have a box and we have a whisker to the left and a whisker to the right. Everybody with me? Therefore, I want you to do this next one by yourself. Example 1B. Here it goes. Example 1B. Copy this on your paper. It says, the shoe size of 12 members of the basketball team are given. Use the data to make a box plot. We have 8, 11, 13, 10, 9, 12, 15, 11, 10, 13, 11, and 12. So go ahead and copy that and make me a box plot, please. You already know the process. I'll give you guys about 2 minutes. Go. So the median is 11, Q1 is 10, Q2 is 12.5, and the minimum is 8, maximum is 15. So let's move on. Here we go. Okay, pens down, hands down, eyes on the screen. Here we go. I'm going to go over this one so I can show you how to compare data when they give you this in box plot form. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Okay, look up to the screen. Here we go. Pens down, hands down. It says, example 2A. The box plot shows the ticket sales in millions of dollars for the top 25 movies in 2000 and 2007. Use the box plots to compare the data set. So now, this problem is pretty much reversed to what we just did. This one, they already give us the box plots. So you guys see that? Why? Because they're assuming that we know now what components go into each box plot. Do we know? Yes. So watch. So from here, our brain should start doing this, and I'm going to ask you to do the same with the next problem that you do. Start labeling all the components of the box plot, the first one, and then the second. So, since we can't really tell exactly where it's at, we're going to guesstimate. All right? So let's look at the year 2000. What is the minimum score? Here's 50, here's 75, here's 100. It's about how much? About 80, okay? That's Q1. I mean, that's the minimum, sorry. Q1 is about right here. This is 125, this is 100, so it's about 100 and what? Okay, 115. Q2, which is the median, is about how much? 125. Q3 is about 175. And the maximum is about 270. I'm going to say 270. Are we there so far? So we're done with this one. Let's go to the second one. Our minimum is about, let's say 125 is here, it's about 120. Is that correct? Our Q1 is about 130. Our Q2 is about, this is 175, so it's about 170. Our Q3 is about how much? 240. And our maximum is about this is 25, this is 50, 330. 349, it's not the price is right. All right, here we go. Look up, please. So, now that we labeled everything, that's one thing that I'm going to ask you to do on this next one. Once you label everything, start answering the questions. Step 1, which data set has greater median? So let's see. What's the median on this one? 125. What's the median on this one? So the one that has the greatest one is 2007. Okay? Which data set has the greater quartile range? That means the IQR. How do we find the IQR? By subtracting Q3 minus Q1. Over there? So what is Q3 on this one? 175. What's Q1? 115. Therefore, my IQR on this one is 60 million. So what is the IQR for this one? 240 minus 130, that's 110 million. So the greatest IQR is for 2007. Whew. Which year had the highest earnings? 2007. How much was it? 330 million. Okay. So it says how much higher was it from the other? So what do we need to do to find that out? 330 minus 270, that gives us what? 60 million. So that's how we extract information from box plots. Any questions with that? That is a lot of money. But if you think about it, now almost 10 years later, think about it right now. This is barely what one movie makes. Yeah, like Fast and the Furious. The other day I saw that they were close to $300 million in sales, and it was the first weekend. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. All right. So with that said, now that we got that out of the way, I want you to do this next one by yourself. Okay. So you don't have to copy this one, but I do need you to do the work. So that means you're going to have to start labeling everything. So at least copy the box plot. You don't have to copy all the rest, just the box plots. And then from there, once you're done, send me the information. I'm going to push the screen to you. Okay? Copy that. Go. Correct answer. It says, the one with the greatest median is Simon. With the greatest IQR is Simon. And it says, which player had the high top score? Natasha. About how much?
1,000.
Yes, it says, doesn't it say in thousands of points? This is Kendra. Yay, Kendra. All right, so make sure, what did we learn right now from some of your mistakes? That you need to be careful with how you read the information. Is that correct? Like on the previous one, it was on millions. This is thousands, so just be careful with your answers, okay? So I'm going to push the next screen to you and answer the question and send that to me. Only one answer, choose only one and send. Huh? Oh, I know. I should have just put like, what? Alright, let's see. Okay, looks like everybody's ready for a party. No, we have a lot of you ready for the party. A lot of you got it, but you just need practice. Well, guess what? Today you're going to have practice for a home plate. Yay! Because what if tomorrow? Anyways, thank you. Answer this next question, please. Answer the question. Keep it to yourself. Don't share. This is just for you. Do that. You have 1 minute. Go. The question was, what information do we need to represent data in a box plot? We need a number line and the 5 points, which are the quartiles and the minimum and maximum, right? All right. So for home play tonight, here it goes. Home play is found on page 459. Have a good one, everyone. Enjoy your home play. See you guys tamales.